Hi, I'm Dave and welcome to day 27 of RPGaDAY. Today's topic is game you'd most like to see a new / improved version of. Well, there's two that immediately leap to mind. The first is one that I've mentioned quite a lot on here, which is James Bond. Why is there no James Bond RPG? I mean, the problems that the original Victory Games RPG had with the lack of being able to use Blofeld and Spectre, well, that's all been resolved now. There's the whole Thunderball problem has been resolved and Eon now owns everything, so there's no problem with that one. Bond's just had its anniversary last year. Why is there no RPG? I really want to see a good Bond RPG available. I mean, ideally, and this is just me thinking as a game designer, the way that I'd want to do it would be a main core rulebook for Bond in general, focusing purely on the Daniel Craig era, the current one. And then you do the supplements, just like the old Victory Games one, where you have the really cool packs with the flyers and the photographs and the maps and things like that, all in the cool envelope with For Your Eyes Only on them. But you have it reversible, so you can set it as a period piece. So if you want to play Sean Connery or the Roger Moore era, or if you want to play Live and Let Die set in the 70s, or if you want to play Dr. No in the 60s, that's all doable. But you flip it over and you have the option to do an up-to-date modernised version of it, as if Daniel Craig's Bond is doing it as a super gritty modern version of the story. Why is this not being done? When it comes to properties from the 60s that could do with a bit of a revamp when it comes to RPGs, another big question is, why is there no Star Trek RPG? Sure, we've got Attack Wing, the miniatures thing, which is very cool, and you basically is the same as X-Wing. But why do we not have a decent RPG of Star Trek? I mean, there was the FASA one, there was the Last Unicorn one as well. All very good games, but there isn't a current one. With J.J. Abrams' lens flare, fantastic Star Treks, you'd have thought that the interest in Star Trek is at a high, especially with this anniversary coming up and the rumours of some new series. We could really do with a decent Star Trek RPG. Ideal system, Vortex. Not wanting to just blow my own trumpet here, but the ideals for Star Trek are very similar to the ideals of Doctor Who. Talk first, negotiate. Combat comes as a last resort if necessary. The way that the combat system works in Doctor Who is that the people who are talking or doing things always get to go before the people shooting, which is the perfect way of running a Star Trek game. Say you've been down to the planet, meet the hostile alien forces, but at least you have the chance to negotiate before you pull out the phasers and start shooting at each other. So those are probably the two that I'd really like to see new / improved editions of. Both properties that I'd quite happily work on. There was a subtle hint there, just in case anybody's out there who has the rights for those. I'm available, possibly. Okay, what do you think should be improved? Is there a game that's out at the moment that you really like, but could do with being just that little bit better? Or is it an old game from the 80s that just hasn't been reprinted, that could do with updating with some spangly new publishing? Let us know. Share it online, #RPGaDAY. And be sure to check in tomorrow for the next instalment. You can find out what the topic is by downloading the image from the text that's at the bottom of the screen. Until tomorrow, make it so.